A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. He who asks a question remains a fool for 5 minutes. He who does not ask remains a fool forever. Give a man a fish and you feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish and you feed him for a lifetime. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. When the winds of change blow, some people build walls and others build windmills. A wise man makes his own decisions. An ignorant man follows public opinion. Do not confine your children to your own learning, for they were born in another time. Learning is a treasure that will follow its owner everywhere. Patience is a bitter plant, but its fruit is sweet. A single conversation with a wise man is worth a month's study of books. The more you sweat in practice, the less you bleed in battle. Be not afraid of growing slowly. Be afraid only of standing still. A man who moves a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. Silence is a source of great strength. To know the road ahead, ask those coming back. The person who says it cannot be done should not interrupt the person doing it. He who conquers himself is the mightiest warrior. If you want happiness for an hour, take a nap. If you want happiness for a day, go fishing. If you want happiness for a year, inherit a fortune. If you want happiness for a lifetime, help someone else. The more you know, the less you need to say. To forget one's ancestors is to be a brook without a source, a tree without roots. Opportunity knocks at the door only once. A book is like a garden carried in the pocket. If you are patient in one moment of anger, you will escape 100 days of sorrow. In a group of many words, there is bound to be a mistake. If you don't want anyone to know, don't do it. A fool judges people by the presents they give him. If you want to avoid being cheated, ask for prices at 3 different stores. Only when the last tree has been cut down, the last fish caught, and the last stream poisoned, will we realize we cannot eat money. It's better to light a candle than curse the darkness. Before you embark on a journey of revenge, dig 2 graves. Men trip not on mountains, they trip on molehills. He who returns from a journey is not the same as he who left. Better a diamond with a flaw than a pebble without. The man who removes a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. A needle is not sharp at both ends. He who sacrifices his conscience to ambition burns a picture to obtain the ashes. Teachers open the door, but you must enter by yourself. Tension is who you think you should be. Relaxation is who you are. Do not fear going forward slowly. Fear only to stand still. The man who has committed a mistake and doesn't correct it is committing another mistake. An inch of time is an inch of gold, but you can't buy that inch of time with an inch of gold. The wise adapt themselves to circumstances, as water molds itself to the pitcher. Genius can be recognized by its childish simplicity. To know another is not to know the person's face, but to know the person's heart. A bird does not sing because it has an answer. It sings because it has a song. One joy scatters 100 griefs. The gem cannot be polished without friction, nor man perfected without trials. Who seeks shall find. All things change, and we change with them. A smile will gain you 10 more years of life. When you drink the water, remember the spring. Better to light a candle than to curse the darkness. The cautious seldom err. An invisible thread connects those who are destined to meet, regardless of time, place, or circumstance. The thread may stretch or tangle, but it will never break. A bit of fragrance clings to the hand that gives flowers. Distant water does not put out a nearby fire. A bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. What you cannot avoid, welcome. If you are planning for a year, sow rice. If you are planning for a decade, plant trees. If you are planning for a lifetime, educate people. A little impatience will spoil great plans. He who cheats the earth will be cheated by the earth. A closed mind is like a closed book, just a block of wood. Be not disturbed at being misunderstood. Be disturbed at not understanding. He who thinks too much about every step he takes will stay on one leg all his life. Deep doubts, deep wisdom. Small doubts, little wisdom. A needle is sharp at one end and blunt at the other. One generation plants the trees, and another gets the shade. The best cure for anxiety is work. Make happy those who are near, and those who are far will come. There are many paths to the top of the mountain, but the view is always the same. Learning is like rowing upstream. Not to advance is to drop back. In the midst of chaos, there is also opportunity. A single spark can start a prairie fire. Even the tallest tower started from the ground. Happiness is not about having what you want, but about appreciating what you have. 1,000 teachers, 1,000 methods. If there is beauty in character, there will be harmony in the home. If there is harmony in the home, there will be order in the nation. If there is order in the nation, there will be peace in the world. Words are but the voice of the heart. Do not remove a fly from your friend's forehead with a hatchet. To be uncertain is to be uncomfortable, but to be certain is to be ridiculous. A bit of fragrance always clings to the hand that gives roses. All things are difficult before they are easy. A clever person turns great troubles into little ones, and little ones into none at all. If you do not change direction, you may end up where you are heading. The superior man is modest in his speech but exceeds in his actions. Even a hare will bite when it is cornered. The wise man puts himself last and finds himself first. To be wronged is nothing unless you continue to remember it. Listening well is as powerful as talking well, and is also as essential to true conversation. Rats know the way of rats. When you have faults, do not fear to abandon them. Be like a tree. Stay grounded, keep growing, and know when to let go. A man should choose a friend who is better than himself. Dig the well before you are thirsty. Knowing others is intelligence. Knowing yourself is true wisdom. Mastering others is strength. Mastering yourself is true power. A man who cannot tolerate small misfortunes can never accomplish great things. A man grows most tired while standing still. The miracle is not to fly in the air or to walk on the water, but to walk on the earth. A good teacher is better than 1,000 books. A good teacher is better than 1,000 books.